Welcome to RPG Archive, and we got a Q&A again. Trying to make these pretty rapid fire here, so we can get people's answers. People have questions, and they need answers, and that's what I'm here for. Have them pulled up here. All users of the last thing will be unbanned. Anybody who was banned. How do I do that? Unbanned? Maybe they've already been unbanned. Who did I ban? No, whatever. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. All right. Majority, your sworn brother. He asks, could Zelda work in a turn-based format? If so, how? If not, why not? I don't think I would want Zelda to be in a turn-based format. I think it's pretty good how it is, but could it work? Yes, obviously. And I'm trying to think of an equivalent, like something that would be like that with Zelda. Ironically, or maybe not ironically, that's not the right word, but in a way, Pokemon is that, where you get like Pokemon that can do things that help you in the real world, and like flying, strength, surf. That's somewhat like it. I guess Breath of Fire does a little bit of that. So yeah, I guess it could. I wouldn't want it to, though. What RPG are you itching to play lately? What RPG? If I think like, man, I really want to play something like this, what would it be? It would be, God, first thing that comes to mind. I got a couple. Final Fantasy V, Elden Ring, which I played both of those recently. So there you go. I think there's, you know what's weird? Chrono Cross and always Chrono Trigger. That one's like always there. But those would be what I would be itching to play. Do you still enjoy booting up the 3DS? Absolutely. Great console, great times. Adore it. One of my favorites. He then asks, which Atlas announcement are you most interested in and why? I'm going to assume he's talking about Persona stuff, which is the tactics game, and Persona 3. And then they had that Re-Fantasy one. I think that's what it's still called. And to be Re-Fantasy. Because it looks like it's like the Persona style, but in a more fantasy area, which I prefer. And hopefully it's got less kids in it and more adults doing cool shit. So Re-Fantasy. Looks great. Great stylistic graphics, too. I know we paused on it, but generally, how is Dragon Quest VII going? I paused on it and never started it up again. So that one is on hold. Probably going to have to restart that one. Is making RPGs something that you have any interest in doing? I made some in RPG Maker. Obviously, I have ideas about what I think would make a great RPG. They're probably none of them will ever see the light of day. Not really, to answer your question, not particularly, but it would be certainly if the opportunity came where I could just design it, then yeah, that'd be a blast. But I don't foresee that happening. It's a bummer. Poppy Polite, his suspension has been lifted. He says, "This is Dragon Quest Poppy. I'm back, baby. Woo." Okay, I almost want to suspend you again for that because this is Q&A, but we're going to allow it. What are your top 5 favorite games of all time? Jesus Christ. Chrono Trigger, Elden Ring, The Witcher 3, Super Smash Brothers, Mm, God, that last spot is there's a bunch of games that I'm kind of juggling. But I want to go with the non-RPG for it. So let's say Metal Gear Solid 3. There's so many other games, obviously. But anyway. BioPhoenix. What company that does not make RPGs or very very rarely makes them would you like to see try to make one? You know what? And this is kind of well, not really a spoiler, I guess, but Capcom. They have a series called Breath of Fire. It seems to be pretty dormant. I don't really consider Monster Hunter enough of an RPG. Dragon's Dogma I haven't really played, but I'm really more looking for like a turn-based classical style RPG, or at least something that resembles it. So I will say Capcom. I would like to see them bring back Breath of Fire and see what their modern take on it would be. Because it's always been like a classic styled RPG. It's always felt like it was behind. Like even on the Super Nintendo, the first ones, they still somehow felt old, like old school, which was kind of cool. They're not my favorite games, but it's kind of like a unique, like old school take on it. Good question. Dragon Quest Poppy says, "What are your favorite ingredients to add to a sandwich?" Okay, that does earn a suspension. So I'm gonna see what I got here. I have to do it on here. Timeout Poppy for 1 week. Enter a reason. Q&A and food. Okay. So now you know why you've done it. Here's the deal too. You're supposed to do it on Discord, but I did get a Q&A comment question on the announcement, so I'm going to read it. This is from Matthew Bombard. What RPG hooked you and got you guys into RPGs? Well, I don't want to speak for Teddy, the unofficial guest host of the show, but I will say that probably Chrono Trigger, although I played Pokemon first and loved it. I don't know if that really got me into RPGs. I almost saw it as something entirely different. And then as I got older, Chrono Trigger completely shaped what I was into from then on. So the answer is Chrono Trigger. Good question. All right. If you have any more questions, place them in the Q&A section in the Discord, please, Matthew. And then I will try to get to it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.